Hey everybody, Lysorn here. We're about to do our guild raid. I think today we're going to be missing our fourth person. Um, what's going to be kind of comical is we're running with three Claras here. Now the boss is a fire element, so we're not going to get the benefit of the elemental bonus. But Clara has I believe she has a passive where if the enemy is burning, we get a bonus. And because we got three Claras in this group, this monster is going to be constantly on fire, and we're going to do just insane damage. I'm going to turn up the sound a little bit. Where's my audio? It is almost unfair how much damage we're going to be doing today. We'll have to do the Ethel Merman. Burn, baby, burn! Disco Inferno! Yes, I can ruin any disco song with Ethel Merman. Actually, I can ruin any song with Ethel Merman. Let's just put it that way. And if you don't know who Ethel Merman is, then get off my lawn. Get off my lawn! You know what? I didn't even check to see how much health the boss had when we came into this thing. So percentage-wise, I'm not sure where we are. We'll find out shortly. Yeah, Clara's a bit of a glass cannon. Notice that F Sport and blah. Pretty low on health. I'm not doing that great either. Alright, so, alright, we did 5%. Got lots of health remaining. I'm going to go back real quick to the previous screen to see what tier we're at. Once this thing finishes loading. Okay, we are at, right now we're at boss tier 8. Which, considering that today is only Tuesday, that's pretty good. I am thinking we're going to get to boss 10 this week. Get over there. Let's make sure I'm really close, and then we'll fire off the fairy and then the ultimate, and we're gonna just pound out some damage here. Yeah. I'll have to play this video back slowly, but I think I just did 200,000 with one hit. 120,000. Yeah, 100 and then 200. My God. This is crazy. You know, when all these animations are firing off, I'm just surprised that my tablet doesn't overheat. My older tablet would. I've got an older Samsung. I don't remember the model number, but it's got a kind of a faulty battery, and if I have to leave it plugged in all the time to the AC. Otherwise, if I try to play any game, doesn't matter. Even if I just try to surf the web, I'll start getting overheating warnings because it's draining the battery, and then that causes the thing to overheat. But on this tablet that I'm playing on right now, I don't have that problem. So this one, I can play it down to, 20% or whatever, and I never get any heat warnings. But this is, I got to replace this tablet because it just doesn't have enough internal storage. Games like Dawnbreak, they don't give you the option to move the game's files to the SD card. It has to reside in internal storage only. And you get these things, these Samsung tablets ship with so much bloatware that you can't remove. This stuff has like, CNN and Kids Mode and Microsoft Office and a bunch of apps that, I'll occasionally use, I might pull up a PowerPoint deck or something, but I don't use like Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel or Microsoft OneNote on this tablet here, but each one of those apps is consuming 150 meg of space, and you multiply that by 30 different bloatware apps, and you end up having like, okay, I can have like 2 games installed, and that's about it. And even if the game allows you to move it over to the external SD card, whenever the game needs to be updated, you update it and it wants to do it in internal storage. It doesn't let you do the update directly to the SD card. Come on, F-Sport, let's go. Maybe he's waiting for somebody. He might be texting somebody to see if we can get a 4th person. Oh, yeah, but what will happen is that if I don't keep at least 1.5 GB free on the internal storage, I can't update any of my games because it'll complain. I think I did that too far away. Sorry, I was checking my work email and got distracted. Okay. So if you haven't been following my channel, I've got a series going where I have an alt account that I've created a long time ago that I've resurrected, and I am going through and playing through the main adventure to capture the dialogue, just to kind of review the story, such as it is. There's a story in this game. It's kind of disjointed at times because there's some politics in the game, different kingdoms that are at war with each other, and when you start the game, you really don't know which kingdom to root for. You kind of get a sense of who the bad guys are. There really aren't any good guy kingdoms in this game, I don't think. You play the side stories, it fleshes it out a little bit, but the main adventure is really more about the characters. So, to follow the main story, you really don't have to know anything about the political history of the game's world or who's affiliated with what kingdom. It really doesn't matter. It's about the 3 prime characters, Haley, Luke, and Annis. And some other characters kind of float in and out of the story, but it's really about those 3 and their relationships with each other. Their memories or lack thereof, and eventual restoration of same, and how that affects their relationships with each other. But I won't spoil it. I've actually not gotten through all of the story myself. They just recently, in the last game update, they introduced the next chapter, which I'm glad they did that, because that was one of my complaints about this game, is that the story is incomplete, and they hadn't really advanced the story in some time. So on this character, I can continue to play the main story and advance the dialogue. And they also recently raised the level cap. I'm level 71. This update raises the level cap from 75 to 80. Which is good. You gotta have goals, you know. And I've got a bunch of equipment I gotta update for Clara. So Clara doesn't have her main equipment, like her chest piece and her gloves, her boot and her weapon, are not yet the what do you call it? It's either legendary or epic. I don't know. Whatever the color red is, which is the highest you can go. So I'm one step below that. I do have red, a ring and a necklace on her, which helps quite a bit. I'm about to run out of health, but fortunately we're about to run out of time. Alright. Okay. And you know what? I've lost count of how many runs we've had. I don't know if that was run 4 or run 5. Well, apparently not number 5, because we still have another one left to go. Alright. You know, out of curiosity, I'm going to just go ahead and let this one run on auto. And I'll fire off my ultimate and the fairy skill, but otherwise I want to see if auto makes better choices than when I do it manually. I've done this test before, but every now and then I like to recheck it just to see if they made any AI changes. And that gives me an opportunity to check my email. What's this? Email. What is this? I'm going to reply to this guy. Ignore me, I'm tapping out an email on my phone. Let me fire off the fairy. Two white pens. Okay, what do we got going on here? 5 seconds to go. Alright, so... Well, actually that was worse. So, if that was my contribution, that was awful. So if that difference in damage was just due to me changing from manual to auto, then I shouldn't be doing auto anymore. At least not with Clara. Alright, I'm going to shut this down. Hope you liked watching all the flames.